And we still have the next seminar, the third seminar, and today we'll have the presentation about smart cities, the role of smart cities, and examples how it works, and is it possible to use this idea in Russia or not. So the third team prepare their presentation. Please share your screen. And teams number 4 and the second team, please prepare your questions. And first of all, please tell me how many questions do you have?
The fourth team have 4 questions.
And the second team have three questions.
That's great. So let's get started. Please know that you have only 20 minutes to the presentation, no more. And after that, we will start with our debates. Okay, let's get started.
Yeah, I just want to apologize for. I believe these little like words won't disturb you in the right corner of the screen because I can fix it yet.
That's not a problem. That's absolutely okay.
Good morning. Vika, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
So, good morning, dear all. Today, our topic of seminar of our presentation is smart cities, and today the next slide, please. Today we will discuss about the smart cities at all. I will share with you the main mission of smart cities. And of course, our team prepared some examples of smart cities where we can see how their technologies and all these kind of devices are implemented in smart cities to make it smarter. So moreover, of course, we will analyze some pros and cons of smart cities, of implementing, of building this kind of infrastructure in a certain country. As I am passionate about the numbers and the statistics is indispensable of these topics. So at the end, I will share some numerical examples about smart cities. So let's start. Let's define what is the smart is. Smartness is not just installing digital interface in traditional infrastructure or streamlining city operation. It is about using technology and data purposefully to make better decisions and deliver the better quality of life. In general term, smart cities involves the creation of new relationship between technology and society. So digital technologies are doing for human brain power that the steam engine and the related technologies did for human muscles power. They are allowing us to overcome some limitations, some borders rapidly, and to open up new doors with very high speed. It's very big deal, of course, but how exactly it will play, how exactly it will exist are still uncertain. So there is another example of definition. From the Greenfield point of view, the smart city is a utopian vision of a city that produces three things: wealth, sustainability, and well-being of using technology to tackle certain problems. And one more definition about smart cities: it is a factory, big factory, which produces of the wide range of public value. Please pay attention. Public value through innovative collaborations through new technologies. So of course, I understood that there were the definitions from different resources, and maybe you have lost the main thing about the smart cities. But please do not be upset. Our team here to and we all together try to step by step dispel black clouds in your brain. I hope that the next slide will a little bit help you to understand the concept. Next slide, please. Here we try to highlight the main goals of the smart cities. And there are three of them. This is first of them is economic growth. It is a key objective of humanity because we live to improve self-welfare, so public value. I mean, moreover, each economic models, in our case, it is the smart cities models aim is to growth. It's very obvious thing. The second thing is the quality of life. Today's people discuss the concept of smart cities over the world because it creates comfort for us and simplifies our life in certain its aspects. For example, are we late for work when the rush time is gone? You can easily find the less overloaded or even free road using phone and being on time. The third things, it's very cute problem today. It's environmental objective. City officials sometimes worry, and now they are conducting some investigations. And in example, it would be clear. For example, the city officials can analyze data in real time to adjust energy use in city or the number of trash picks ups needed in the given week, or even how much water to sprinkle on the lawn of city parks. This data helps to save natural resources in certain government, and these natural resources are limited and decrease the expenditures of certain business or government. Next slide. So um, each smart city contains certain details, certain technologies that make them a smart city. The smart city is a big creation of building industry which contains a little bricks. These bricks are state-of-art technology and something that seems not relevant for this topic. And further, I will explain what is this something. All initiatives are supported by smart technologies such as the Internet of Things, IoT, and information technology, ICT, to provide the technical framework to implement smart city projects. Let's start from the Internet of Things. This is a big system where people are connected with by their devices, and in this system, the data, a lot of information are analyzed, and some processes in business, in life, make certain optimization and implemented in real life. ICT. Generally, it's described as all devices, networking components, applications, and systems that combined allow people and organizations to interact in the digital world. So it's like a combined version of all data in one place, in one document. So the next thing is a digital twin. It's very famous term. These tools are the next big thing in fourth industrial revolution for the development of new products and processes, especially in smart cities. And of course, sensors is inevitable tool that collect data. Next slide, please. So here we see that not only the technology are used in smart cities, but also we use the natural resources like wind, sun, water, flora, and fauna. For example, we use wind, sun, water in order to generate the energy. Or we can, for example, on this you can see how the smart city divided in sections. For example, smart engine, smart sensors, smart wastes, smart governments, and etc. And you clearly understand which components help to build a whole smart intelligent country or smart intelligent environment in certain limited area. And this is a forecast of European Council for 2030, and the data is very reliable, and you can obviously see all picture. And the next slide will be the examples that we can see live today. The Republic of Singapore has announced its quest of becoming the first smart nation. In 2014, the city-state announced that it was developing software it calls Virtual Singapore, and moreover, they will develop a dynamic 3D model. What does it mean? They will try to construct the models of buildings, the model of constructions in certain apps. For example, this is the common example from digital twins, and it helps them to see what will happen if they construct certain building in advance. And the city-state also has higher smartphone penetration, and scores will regarding in broadband availability. It means of connection. The company recently announced that it was rolling out 10 gigabytes broadband service. It means if you are trying to download a 2-hour HD movie, it will take at least 90 seconds. It means 1 minute and 30 seconds. Singapore has also a lot of things that we can see, and how this kind of technologies simplify their their residents' life. Next example is about Santander Smart City, and this is a huge project. Provides an early peek into how data and citizens can together transfer a city in more environmentally sustainable and economically attractive place. So here we can see that technology and people, they are combined and create something new that will increase the public value. The main purpose is to increase quality of life and public value. In addition, 20,000 sensors has installed in the city, and residents can turn their smartphones into sensors by downloading the certain apps that calls Pulse of the City. And these apps can engage all citizens to participate in project, in this smart project, in order to create new data for analyzing for the future. The next example is it is a city from California. It is in the midst of transforming from an industrial center to center. Okay, this city organized the certain program that called PGE. This is working with the city in this endeavor and on the smart energy pilot program that would develop the distribution of energy and network across the city, monitoring by sensors. And the goal would be to give the city an energy system that has enough capacity to receive and redistribute electricity from multiple energy resources. It's time to, next slide please. It's time to look at the both sides of coin. And here we have some advantages. Safe community. A smart city is the safer city. Make most of technological advances and seeking private or public partnerships help reduce technologies such as license, plate recognition, or shooting detectors, connected crime center, and even new generation of 911 emergency telephone system can help to simplify the work of policies. The next advantage is efficient public service. With a limited supply of natural resources available to meet human demand, smart technology are providing city with necessary tools to reduce unconscious, unconscious waste of water and electricity. Infrastructure improvement. Roads, bridges, and old buildings often require massive investments to be maintained and repaired during their useful life. Smart technology can provide city with predictive analytical reports to identify areas that need to be solved before an infrastructure failure occur. Reduction of the environmental footprint. Energy efficient air quality sensors and renewable energy sources are providing cities with new tools to reduce their ecological impact. So I'm talking about their air pollution. Making more effective and database decisions. Of course, smart cities allows us to make a well-designed decisions that are rely on data analysis, and it gives the opportunity to see the detailed problems in the city. For example, we can see where is certain plastics was dropped and who throw this plastic. Time to see the next slide. Very limited, of course, big data and the use of security cameras and intelligence systems connected through all different spaces make it more difficult to maintain anonymity, and technologies such as facial recognition basically change the concept of personal privacy. Social control, the ability to track and centralize gives power to the person who handles with information, whether it's a government or private agency. Whoever has access to the city's data can control or even to manipulate public opinion. It's very dangerous. Access network trust. By relying almost entirely on electronics and networks, cities lose autonomy in decision making and could become incompetent to react or act in a scenario where these tools are not available. A necessity for capital. It requires a significant investment in technology. Thus, it's a dilemma for government whether to spend capital for new sphere or on actual problems like education or public health. And the last part is about some statistics. Here you can see that up until 1975 there were just 3 megacities, and this number multiplied by 7. Today there are 21, and 1.3 million people move into the city every day. This is the main purpose. This is also can be the main purpose of building smart cities. By 2025, the number of megacities is expected to reach 29, and by 2040, 65% of world's population will be living in the cities, because the the population are going to increase, and the government authority should somehow handle with it. And the smart city is a good choice, good option to deal with this kind of problem. And the annual smart cities IT maker opportunity is expected to be $34 billion. It's an annual report, and this is from the reliable resources. You are welcome to ask any kind of questions. It was a short description of smart cities. Thank you for your attention. Please, your questions.
Thank you very much. You are right in time because 20 minutes left. So let's get started with our question. And team number 4, please, you're welcome.
Okay, our first question is digital services are rapidly developing in Russia, not only private, such as food delivery, smart homes, but also state, such as MFC, state services. And what elements of smart cities can be found in Russia now?
I think I can answer this question. Like the crucial point here is that unfortunately not all cities in Russia have smart city technologies, and some of them even don't have elements of such technologies. But of course, if we are talking, if we will take a bright example like Moscow, yes, when we are talking about Russia, Moscow is the first thing that we are thinking about. Beyond those things that you mentioned, maybe I will just broaden them because like maybe I misheard something, but it's okay. So I may mention such things as Wi-Fi and internet available in public transport and public places such as transports, parks, and so on. If we're talking about Moscow, yeah. There's also an intelligent traffic control system. I read about this yesterday. This is about traffic lights, traffic detectors, cameras that allow to avoid traffic jams. There also, I think, maybe mentioned like just control system with cameras, which includes face recognition, and this tool is used to reduce the level of crime in the city. There are I heard about some projects concerning education system and public sources, such like Moscow Electronic School, that provides high quality education and IT infrastructure, something like this. And I also, I think, will mention such texts like blockchain and still developing flying taxis and drones that deliver goods. These technologies face serious problems nowadays in their implementation, but they are already tested. They have been already tested in Moscow, so they are on their way to be implemented and used in our Russian reality. I think like this.
Okay,
Thank you. I will say the second question and type it in the chat. Last year, San Francisco imposed a moratorium on the use of face recognition cameras. And do you think citizens will protest against the implementation of smart city tools that reduce their privacy? And how can we solve these social problems?
Okay, do you hear me?
Yep.
I'll try to answer. I believe that citizens are against the usage of this kind of technology. And as our group mentioned, one of the problems mostly linked with smart city tools is reduction of people's privacy. And just imagine living in a society where once every action is tracked by the government. So I believe that citizens will not maintain realization of this law. And I also read that right now there were problems during testing this system, like identification went wrong with women and people of different races. So it may cause protests and add instability in politics. The problem of recognition of face system is that it can't work without private information. Uh, right now, for example, in China, the government are using this technology in order to identify Uyghurs. This means that this is the start of a new era of automated racism. And I believe that this existing problem cannot be solved until our society would not accept this discrimination. So this kind of technology cannot be just solved with any law and kind of these things. We just should accept.
Okay, Pauline, can you continue?
Okay, our next question. What elements of smart city will be implemented faster after the coronavirus epidemic? What do you think?
Well, it's quite an interesting question to discuss. Okay, let's think about this. I think there will be an increase in the use of the artificial intelligence for sure. Like it will touch upon such things as delivery, logistics, transportation, convenience, and safeness in the public places and homes. And for sure, there will be implemented like IoT, Internet of Things technologies, as we mentioned during our presentation in public health sphere. Maybe there will be, not maybe, but I think there will be a more developed data storage system about patients, about their contacts when they were ill. There will be a great amount of modernized equipment used in healthcare industry. Maybe there will be more efficient and effective technologies for safeness in terms of diseases in the public places. So I think this like coronavirus forgot the word influenced a lot on our healthcare industry in a better way, because like we are more concerning about this. We think about this more than ever, and I think like such technologies will be modernized, developed, and so on in this sphere especially.
Okay, and the last question of our team. What do you think? Are the costs of creating and implementing these technologies justified by the benefits of using them?
Let me I think the world has its own trend, and its trends consist from the technology implementation. So implementation of technology and smart cities and everything which is connected with digital things are inevitable things in our life. We must accept it, because it's the time, and this is a thing which will come today or tomorrow. So I think that costs are not important here, because humanity meet some more important, more acute, more serious problems, like increasing of population, like air pollution, like certain natural disasters. And I think in the future, humans try to focus on solving this kind of things by implementing the technology. And I think it would be the answer for your question.
And these kind of technologies are effective. And for example, it's better to spend a lot of money once for water waste tools and then reduce water consumption in the city, rather lose both money and resources on it. So it would be more eco-friendly and systematized, maintaining control of the whole centralized system. So there will be less problems.
Okay, thank you very much for your answers. I will add that you said that costs are not important, but I'm sure that costs are always important. But now on this stage, we don't know what the direction of development is the most important, would be the most important in the future. And the Pareto theory is very suitable for this decision. We have to find something, any direction that could improve our efficiency. But the main numbers of our steps would be wrong in this case. So, and I will add to the third question because I'm always concentrate my opinion and your dear colleagues on the issue of privacy, because I think that it is extremely important, and the difference in the smart city theories and all others between Russia and other countries are in very deep collaboration with this issue, because in Russia, people are not concerned about the privacy, but when government try to do something, people will increase the level of concern, and of course they concentrate their opinion on this issue. But I think that this is the result of the lack of the trust between the society and the government. And if you know any strengths that you will get by the using this idea of the smart city, by implementing into the practice these ideas, you will be you will think very positive, in very positive manner about the smart cities. But if you have no trust to your government, if you have any troubles in your previous life with the government structure, you will be very concerned about all the steps that the government could make in the into your privacy issues. So this is the issue of the lack of the trust between the government and society, as I think. So thank you very much, team number 4, and the second team, please, you're welcome to read your questions.
Okay. Um,
Anna, could you please read your question, or we could send in the chat. Okay. Is it possible for smart cities to emerge in Russia?
Yeah, okay, thank you for reading. I will try to answer this question. I just want to say that everything is possible, as I think. But talking about Russia, it is quite difficult to implement such technologies in a short period of time, especially now. And we know that not all cities in Russia are developed enough to use smart techs. So I believe our government should firstly solve this problem to at least to equalize as much as it possible cities, to not distinguish only Moscow, Kazan and St. Petersburg, such questions. And after this, be more open to new properties and new reality. For example, to allow the use of blockchain technologies. It is personal in my opinion, because you know that there are some issues about privacy and about policies in terms among government and those developers who use blockchain technologies. Also, like apply smart building and city constructions, use policies to smart and eco waste, and so on. So I think and also, yes, increase the level of trust. It is really essential nowadays, because I totally agree with your point. Thank you very much for this. That without trust, we won't it will be much harder to implement such technologies, such smart technologies. So, like, returning to the question, I think one day Russia will become a smart country, but no one knows when exactly it will happen. It may be even very far away. We first need to solve a great amount of internal problems, like this.
Okay, thanks. And I sent the question to the chat. Should I say it out loud, or it's really hard to hear?
Okay, I believe that it's possible. However, in order to reach this goal, every citizen of particular country or area should be educated. And in order to reach this, uh, at school and at home, people, especially children and young generation, should be thought about this issue, are said that it's wrong, our planet will die, and so on. Then it's possible. However, we can reach this with the other way. If there will be strict laws which regulate this situation. For example, in Singapore, there is strict law for garbaging in the streets. So we can reach this goal. However, everyone should be educated or controlled by law.
Okay, and the last question, please.
And
Yeah.
the last question is which profession are more in demand in these cities, and which ones are the way around?
So I believe that in in these cities, such professions like IT specialists, teachers on IT sphere, and some technical people are most needed because they should maintain these technologies and in order to teach for next generations to maintain technologies, teachers will be needed. So that's all.
Yeah, I will add like a short addition. Yes, people with IT sphere, IT knowledge, really essential nowadays. Also, people with like good vision of what is going on and how it is better to I mean some analysts and like managers, but I don't know, big or a little bit developed managerial position that will allow to control the whole smart technologies and to lead some processes and to analyze from different ways what and how to implement in this case. So, yeah.
I have additional information. I have attended the meeting from Unilever, and I have some information about the future profession. This kind of profession, it will be data analysts and scientists, software developers, digital transformation specialists, AI, but I don't know what is it, and machine learning specialists, big data specialists, information technology services. This would be the profession of future.
Have sense.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you very much. Very good questions and great answers. I have nothing to add because this theme is very wide, but I think that we explained it generally and the main points and look into the main points very deep. So the next seminar will be number 4. Please, team number 4, prepare your presentation and send me on Tuesday. And the next teams to debates are number 3 and 1. You have to prepare your questions and according to our rules, ask them into the seminar. So if you have any question, please ask me. If you haven't, thank you very much for this seminar, and see you the next week.
I have a question.
Yeah, of course.
Should teams that prepared questions for today's seminar, should they write feedback or not today?
Yeah, other teams that didn't prepare their questions, please make the very short overview as on the last week, and please send it me today, this evening, or maybe tomorrow. Yes, of course I need this feedback, and this is the rule that was estimated by the Ivan Dmitrich, by the professor, and of course we have to do it. So of course I'm waiting your very short review as on the previous seminar.
Sorry, the question was, should teams which prepared questions send you a review or not?
No.
Okay.
Teams that prepare
Okay,
question don't make their overview, only other teams. So today there are teams number 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only the teams have to send me their review. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So thank you very much. See you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a good day. Take care.